One of the most famous Matrix theories is that the real world is another layer of the simulation. This theory is perhaps as old as the first Matrix movie itself, and the Matrix Resurrections might have given us new clues that suggest this theory could be true, and the creator of this false reality was the analyst. In this video, we will be analyzing again the theory of the Matrix within the Matrix, and the new clues found in Matrix Resurrections. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
First, let's recall what the Matrix within the Matrix theory is about. This theory proposes that all simulations in the Matrix, including what is perceived as the real world, are part of the same system. It suggests that all humans, including those who lived in Zion and in the new city of Io, are in a dream state. The hellscape that is planet Earth is, in fact, just another layer of the Matrix. This layer of reality was designed to manipulate humans into believing that they have achieved freedom, but in truth, it is a false awakening that humans can never escape. How do we know this to be true? Are there any signs of this? Well, Neo's ability to access the Matrix without the need of cables or computers is a pretty big hint. That ability allowed him to enter the world that sits between the Matrix and what is considered to be the real world. This fact suggests that there is something that unites these worlds. Beyond a mere internet connection, Neo could have technology implanted in his brain that allows him to connect to the Matrix wirelessly. This hypothesis is reinforced by Neo using his powers in the real world. In Matrix Revolutions, Neo, despite losing his vision, can still see the machines approaching his ship. This is reminiscent of the first Matrix movie, where Neo, after dying and resurrecting, could see the Matrix in code form, which gave him the power to destroy Agent Smith. Thus, even after going blind in the third movie, Neo still has sight. He has developed abilities that can be used beyond the first layer of reality, the simulation, which indicates that the second layer of reality, the real world, is equally false. It's just another part of the Matrix where the one can modify the code. There is more evidence to support the theory though. For example, when Neo meets the Oracle, he also meets the boy who gives him the bent spoon. The spoon was meant to make Neo question reality. This spoon boy often interferes in the lives of those who are about to be awakened or those who do not understand the Matrix. The intriguing thing is that later, the boy sends a spoon to Neo when he is in Zion, the supposed real world, as if he wants to remind him that everything is an illusion. Additionally, Agent Smith demonstrates his ability to possess awakened humans, infecting the mind of a red pill, similar to how he does it in the Matrix. Smith is also shown to have powers in the real world. Now recall that the architect revealed to Neo that Zion has been destroyed several times, followed by a reboot of the Matrix, suggesting that the machines are not only responsible for the destruction of the city, but also for the creation of its replacement. This is a strategy known as controlled opposition. In the first film, Smith mentions that the machines created a paradise, a perfect version of the Matrix for the humans, which many rejected. Humans, according to him, need conflict and struggle. They need to fight and find a savior. According to the architect, Neo is an anomaly in the code, a predictable result, yet difficult to eliminate. The machines have fabricated the entire history of Zion, the real world, and the path of the One to keep humans busy. The Matrix could have many more versions, with different renditions of the real world. Now, this was the conversation regarding the theory, but after the release of Matrix Resurrections, new clues emerged that made the Matrix within the Matrix theory even more plausible. The biggest piece of evidence arises when the analyst mentions that he tried to reactivate the anomaly through multiple simulations using Trinity, keeping her close but not too close to Neo. In the real world, specifically inside the anomalium, Neo and Trinity are living in special pods across from each other. In one flashback, before they were placed into these new pods, Neo was trying to use his powers on the Sentinels. This is in the real world. But remember, the analyst said that he went through multiple simulations to restart the anomaly by keeping Neo and Trinity close to each other.
Every sim where you two bonded, let's just say bad things happened.
The anomalium, which is supposedly located in the real world. Neo and Trinity might have been trapped in looping simulations of the real world. If this were the case, we wouldn't know for sure if the real world in Matrix 4 is real or another simulation. Other details that don't make sense in the real world are Neo and Trinity's physical appearances and the supposed development of the city of Io, a city of such caliber and size being built in less than 6 decades? Yeah, we don't believe it. Now, if the theory of a matrix within the matrix is true, it would make sense why the analyst, after being defeated, reappeared.
How dramatic.
The analyst needed Thomas to believe that he had reawakened in the real world, because like Trinity, Thomas's awakening is necessary for the integral anomaly to activate. It's no coincidence that in Matrix 4, Thomas had to go through almost all the same steps that he went through in the first movie. It was all part of the same system of control in the analyst's attempt to reactivate the anomaly. If the real world is part of the simulation, created exclusively to reactivate the anomaly, then it did its job. In the end, we saw the anomaly reemerge in Neo and Trinity. Now then, if Neo is trapped between simulations, the city of Io must also be fake, and it hasn't been 60 years since Neo defeated Smith, as he is made to believe. Neo might still be trapped in the Matrix, and Morpheus is still alive, looking for him. The Matrix Resurrections was only a dream. But do you agree? What do you think about the Matrix within the Matrix theory? Was the real world a simulation created by the analyst to reactivate the integral anomaly? Zion was the last bastion of humanity, the last hope of a species that have long been suppressed. However, in Matrix Reloaded, we learned that Zion is an extension of the Matrix system created to control humanity, and it is through Neo that the machines complete their control cycle. Each of Neo's predecessors was responsible for giving hope to the people who lived in their respective versions of Zion.
After which you will be required to select from the Matrix 23 individuals, 16 female, 7 male, to rebuild Zion.
Part of Neo's purpose was to update the source of the simulation and create a new human city to then restart the Matrix cycle anew. This is a fundamental reason as to why the One has always been part of the Matrix cycle.
Whether no one told me, or no one knows.
Precisely.
Number 6. Indiscriminately killing the civilians of the Matrix. Yes, it is known that the humans connected to the Matrix can be potential agents, as Morpheus once explained.
Anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent.
Yet Neo never wondered what happened to his Matrix acquaintances, unlike other Red Pills who still felt empathy towards their trapped brethren, like Eddie, the Red Pill whom Morpheus thought was the One. But all that Eddie wanted was to see his girlfriend again. Neo rarely showed any affection towards the people inside the simulation. When Morpheus was kidnapped, Neo killed all the innocent police officers inside the building where Morpheus was being held. We saw throughout 4 movies Neo causing massive amounts of destruction and collateral damage inside the simulation. He was killing humans and machines without any hesitation or reservation. But perhaps the moment that proves that Neo didn't care about humanity is when he selfishly chooses Trinity over humanity, knowing that doing so could spell total annihilation for the human race.
If I were you, I would hope that we don't meet again.
There have been 7 versions of Neo, at least. When the architect revealed to Neo that there had been 6 versions of the Matrix prior, it was made clear to us that the prophecy of the One was a farce. He also revealed how fundamental the anomaly is to the Matrix system.
Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix.
In Matrix Resurrections, Thomas Anderson is still part of the Matrix. He did not create the new Zion. That role was allocated to another Red Pill.
Few more wrinkles and a few less teeth.
Neo created Smith. When Neo dived into Smith's body and destroyed him, he unknowingly copied a part of the anomaly's code onto Smith. What was passed onto the agent was all the negative human traits and emotions. This created the negative version, or the evil version of Neo. Why does this help to prove that Neo was always a bad guy? Well, because Neo still carries those negative traits. Smith was turned into a virus that nearly destroyed everything. Neo, instead of bringing salvation, brought destruction.
You were right, Smith. You're always right.
The prophecy was not fulfilled.
And that his coming would hail the destruction of the Matrix, end the war, bring freedom to our people.
And yet the humans remain trapped in the Matrix. This oppressive system was never overturned.
It's what the Matrix does. It weaponizes every idea, every dream, everything that's important to us.
All signs, prophecies, and other events caused by the Oracle were false. The prophecy was never going to be fulfilled because it never existed in the first place. This is further proof that Neo was always part of the system. Neo's multiple resurrections proves that he is not completely human. Neo was again resurrected in Matrix Resurrections by the new villain, the Analyst. The process of bringing Neo and Trinity back to life was, according to the Analyst, expensive.
Resurrecting you both was crazy expensive.
Neo was brought back to life and still maintains a very youthful appearance, despite the fact that 60 years have passed in the real world since Matrix Revolutions. Additionally, a new mechanical part was installed onto the back of his neck. The odds that Neo was and still is part of the Matrix system went up after he was resurrected following his sacrifice in Matrix 3. His predecessors were likely the same person, the same body, which is reset after each Matrix cycle. This suggests that Neo is not an ordinary human, but an integral part of the Matrix system, capable of being revived or restarted in each cycle. The Red Pills do not trust Neo. The idea that Neo was always a villain is not only talked about on the internet forums and videos like this one. Morpheus from Matrix Resurrections himself mentions the rumor that Neo worked for the machines from the beginning.
Maybe there's no foundation to the rumors that you disappeared because you were working with the machines from the beginning.
Morpheus's distrust of Neo and Niobe's lack of joy when seeing Neo alive leads us to believe that some Red Pills and friendly programs suspect that Neo was always working for the machines. The reality is that everything indicates that although the integral anomaly is a dangerous byproduct of human desire and choice, the machines have found a way to subdue it and use it to their advantage. The anomaly was always part of the machine's plans. Its purpose was never to liberate humanity, it was the opposite. Perhaps Neo was a negative entity that was against humanity from the start. He could be a villain, the ultimate system of control ingeniously created by the machines to keep humans under control. Just as Smith was unaware that the machines had already destroyed Zion in the past, 6 times in fact, Neo could be unaware that his existence, from conception, was to serve the further subjugation of the human race. And that, friends, makes Neo the ideal villain of the Matrix. But do you agree? Is Neo the unknowing true villain of the Matrix? The red pill, the blue pill, the truth and the lie, reality and illusion. Have you ever wondered who created these pills? What would you think if I told you that behind their creation lies a great secret? Choosing between the lie or the truth is usually a fairly simple choice. Knowing what is hidden behind the curtain is very appealing. When the members of the resistance identify a human with the potential to help them in the war, they force them to make a choice. Take the red pill or the blue pill. Choose between leaving the Matrix or staying in it. But what exactly happens when you take the red pill? The red pill is a program that has 2 functions. The first function is to cause an interruption of the connection between the mind of the human and the simulation. The second function is to serve as a tracker for the hovercraft crew to find the person's body within the infinite fields of human pods. The blue pill, on the other hand, was thought to be a sedative.
You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe.
Taking the red pill is understanding that reality as we perceive it is false, that our leaders have been lying to us and have oppressed us, and that we must wake up. This is how the red pill is projected in the first movie, and it is the interpretation that most people have stayed with. However, in the Matrix, nothing is so simple, and as we soon found out later, this pill had yet another function. Although the red pill is presented as the path to liberation, it is far from it. But we will talk more about that later. Let's talk about the blue pill. The blue pill is the lie, conformism, staying trapped in the system with no hope or desire to escape it. According to Morpheus, taking the blue pill ends the potential's path and returns them to their day-to-day life in the Matrix. In Matrix Resurrections, the blue pill's functionality, usage, and effects on the human body were greatly expanded. We saw a version of Thomas Anderson who never took the red pill. He took the blue pill and is still taking it every day. In the first film, the blue pill was more symbolic. It was choosing to live in ignorance. Possibly it was a sedative, since Morpheus mentions that Neo would wake up in his bed. The original blue pill did not erase the drinker's memories. In the Life Less Empty comic book, the protagonist still retains her memories. So the blue pill in Matrix 4 is indeed modified by the machines to serve new purposes. On the bottle of Neo's prescription of blue pills, we can see the name of the medication. It's called autonafloxacin, which is a compound word of ontolo, which comes from the word ontology, which is a brand of philosophy that studies reality, and fluxin, which is medication to treat viruses. This new blue pill is designed to suppress the desire to question reality. Those thoughts are like a virus. They spread all over your mind.
Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad.
Notice that this pill is produced by a pharmaceutical company called Folly Bridge, which is a reference to the bridge in Alice in Wonderland, a common source of references for the Matrix franchise. The analyst gives this drug directly and indirectly to Neo, since even the water that Thomas Anderson drinks is contaminated by this blue substance. The red pill is freedom and knowledge. The blue pill is control, lies, and doubt. But perhaps both pills are part of the same lie. To understand the true purpose of these pills, we must know why they were created in the first place. And here we will dare to make a statement that we have never made on this channel. After analyzing the pills, we came to a realization. The pills, both blue and red, were created by the Oracle. Going back to Neo's conversation with the architect says that although he tried many ways to give stability to the simulation, he couldn't achieve it. It was only after the program, created to analyze the human psyche, got involved that the solution was found. The solution was choice.
She stumbled upon a solution whereby nearly 99% of all test subjects accepted the program as long as they were given a choice.
A false escape from the Matrix. Humans would have the chance to leave the Matrix by choosing between the blue and the red pill. This false choice will lead people to believe that they were escaping the system, only to fall into another one, Zion. The red pills were useful tools of the mechanical dictatorship that had been controlling the planet. But what evidence do we have that the Oracle was the one who created the pills? The red and blue pills are the inclusion of choice that the architect mentions, but beyond that, they are programs disguised as pills. We have seen how food can modify the code of a human connected to the simulation. The Oracle herself usually bakes treats to give to the potentials to probably modify their code. Another important point is that the Oracle gives Neo a second red pill in Matrix Reloaded. It's disguised as candy, but the symbolism remains. It's something red that Neo must take to move on to the next level. For us, there's no doubt that the Oracle was the creator of both pills as a method of control to keep track of the humans who wake up from the Matrix and to maintain stability in the simulation. We now understand why the pills still exist in Matrix 4. Without them and the illusion of choice, the system would collapse. Some humans must be allowed to escape from the simulation. The false sense of choice added by the Oracle is necessary. Although the Oracle and the Architect were possibly purged by the Analyst, even the Analyst needs to keep using the facade of the pills, since it is the most effective way to control the stability of the Matrix. It is no coincidence that even though 60 years have passed since Matrix Revolutions, the pills are still being used. Even though Neo himself explained to Morpheus that everything was a lie, Bugs says that the pills are a false dichotomy of choice, which suggests that those in the Resistance consider this choice as something archaic or redundant. But then why does the Resistance continue to use the pills if it was something created by the oppressive system of the past? We believe that the inhabitants of Io continue the customs of Zion without knowing all their implications. They may not know that the Oracle added choice to the equation and that Neo is an anomaly. It is also possible that they have no other way of tracking humans connected to the Matrix. There are millions, if not billions of humans stuck in the Matrix, so it would be hard to find a single person among all those pods without a way of tracking them. The red pill is a piece of technology that works, but one must pay a high price to use it. since it is still part of the same system. Now that we understand what the red and blue pills are, you can understand why using the term "take the red pill" to refer to an enlightened person would be incorrect. The red pill continues to be part of the machine's system of control, but the humans don't know that. They know that they have been lied to, but they have fallen into a much more sophisticated system of control. Controlled dissidence is when the person believes that they are free, but they do not know that they are more oppressed than those who are in the Matrix. Both pills are a lie. The choice was always an illusion.
Choice is an illusion created between those with power and those without.
But do you agree? Why do the inhabitants of Zion still use the pills if they were created by the machines? Do they even know that truth?
Do you feel not like yourself? Has depression led you to question reality? Do you have an extreme desire to jump off a building? You may be suffering from a strange neurological condition caused by an imbalance in the brain known as VDTs. Folly Bridge has the solution for you. Introducing Entalofloxacin, the world's first and only blue pill you will ever need to start your day right and simply forget all your troubles, literally. Ask your doctor about Entalofloxacin today and join the millions living in blissful ignorance.
For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.